Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. Scott here from Squatch America.
And Hannah, domestic goddess, chief cook, and doggy mama in the paddy wagon tonight. And the paddy wagon is sitting in the middle of
Alamogordo.
New Mexico.
Still.
Yes, still. We're actually, why were we here for a whole week?
Because we went out squatching with Jesus, and then we met another couple who wants to go out with us this Friday. So that's what we're doing.
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing. One would never thought that there would be so much Bigfoot activity near like the low desert. But this town that we visited the other day, where we went squatching with Jesus, and where we're going back to, is actually the Bigfoot capital of New Mexico.
Yeah.
Who knew? We certainly didn't know, but now we do. So we are so excited to be going back. Anyway,
if you see us just kind of fall over, it's because out here in the desert right now, we've been dealing with some gale force winds all day long. It's been nice and cool, but if the trailer tips over, don't worry about it. We'll just keep going.
Yeah. So play the intro and be done with it.
Well, I can't even see it around the mic anymore. That's a weird thing.
All right. Hey, I've got an announcement to make. Apparently, I'm the owner of a coffee club on this here channel, Hannah's Coffee Club.
Yep.
Ding, ding.
Oh, you just got coffee on
friends, and I want to welcome some new friends to Hannah's Coffee Club. One is JP Meyer, who joined about a month ago. I don't know if you're on tonight, JP, but welcome. Thank you so much. And Charles Smoke. Charles, you are rapidly becoming one of our favorite persons.
Yeah. Well, you have been for a while.
Yes, you have been, but really, I mean, this Charles is so incredibly supportive and just always has something great to say about what we're doing. So you just keep that flattery right up.
So ta-da to our new members, and if you'd like to be a member, it's what, $1.99?
I think it's $1.99 a month. Just imagine if we had all 2,565 members subscribing at $1.99 a month, we could stop begging for money.
Yeah, that's it. So
it's only $1.99. I tell you what, my cup of cheap ass Folgers coffee, I think, costs more than $1.99.
So there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say hi to Donna, Michelle, Scott, Donald. Who else? Angel. Locke. Who else did I miss? Uncle Bones.
Michelle Hobbs. Hi, Michelle
hi.
From Northern California.
Ben. Hi, Ben. Renee.
Jim.
I think Renee's in the woods today.
Jim Hackman.
Okay, Jim. And I think we got him. Angel.
Yeah, you got Angel. Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
we're good. So hi, everyone, and welcome.
I like all the other mother squatches.
So
love that.
All right. So today, believe it or not, I have a PowerPoint.
Oh, great.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you know how many PowerPoints I have to sit through on the daily? Not just from him, but for my job. Oh my gosh.
So
PowerPoints. I'm actually making a PowerPoint that I have to have done by tomorrow.
All right. So I love PowerPoints. That's how I even mansplain stuff to Hannah.
Don't even start. Don't even freaking start. Hey, Brown Dwarf, good to see you.
All righty. So, I want to.
And Lori LaViolette.
So
LaViolette said doop.
That's a song.
It is.
So, we're going to get into this and get some questions going from you all. So
get some answers
from you, because today you're going to be part of the chat or part of the story.
Part of the discussion.
Yeah, all those words. I don't do words.
You do PowerPoints. I do words. You do PowerPoints.
So here we go. We're going to see if this is real Bigfoot or not. You decide.
And do we want to tell them where this came from?
Sometimes You got to mansplain.
Locke, you just dropped a couple pegs on my board there. Do you want to explain? Well, you want to mansplain. Where did we get this topic?
All right. So quite often, we get stuff sent to us on our website, and people have, we have our form on the website where you can, that's not even the right button. Okay. So where you can, submit reports to us, and we get reports all the time. And then we have to go through them and try to figure out, is this real or not?
Is this real or is it Memorex?
Yeah, for those
I've been wanting to say that.
Old enough to know that reference.
Just about everyone here. I've looked at our demographics. They're all old parts like we are.
Yeah, so there's that. So what I want to do is we're going to go through everything that was sent to us so far this year. Not everything, but a lot of the stuff that was sent to us this year. And because a lot of them are just reports and that's just, hearsay, basically, which won't hold up in court. Basically that kind of stuff. So the stuff with pictures and things that you can take a look at, and you decide what you think. I mean, this isn't all of them. This is actually a small part of it. And this first one, I'm not going to say who sent them in. We're just going to keep that anonymous. But
you might want to warn them about the random goat bleat that they might hear.
If you hear goats in the background, it's because there's goats right next to us here.
They get a little frisky this time of night.
They start baa and doing the goat things. All right, so here we go. First one. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Here we go. All right. So this first one here, we've got this mat of fir boughs on the ground right here.
Looks like a heart. Isn't that just so
it's precious? Kind of shaped like a heart. Yeah. Okay. But the other thing about it is, if you look around it, see, as I shift the lights here, you can see there's footprints all around this thing, and there's two different sizes of footprints. But up here by the water, there's a whole bunch of these little baby footprints, and then there's these footprints that are 7, 8, 9 inches long. Because anybody, and by the way, if you put a dollar bill down or some kind of bill down by a footprint, that's awesome, because we know bills are exactly 6 inches. And so this one's a little shorter than 6 inches. So there's that. And that's the next one. Sorry. So what do we think? Is this real or
genuine? I would say, is this genuine?
Genuine?
Because it's real. Obviously, it's smashed there in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So is this genuine, or is it genuine Bigfoot, or is it something else?
Yeah. Oh, actually, this is the same one. There's some more footprints here. So like we said, I'll back it up here. So this has got this mat here, when we got little Bigfoot prints here and bigger prints here. Is it real, or is it No Goat Man by Don Fuller? It's hippies.
Hippies at their love fest.
So I have to say, there's certain features in this footprint here. You can see the mid-tarsal break. You can see the toe prints. It's not squished down in the front. It's nice and flat like it's supposed to be. There's no arches. I'm leaning towards the real deal, not hippies. Though there is a hippie in this area we discovered a couple years later. Not so Fuller says, looks fabricated. Well, that's another thing that you got to take into consideration is the source. And that's one thing that I can do
Careful, the source just piped up.
Yeah. So
All right, so Don says it looks fabricated because the toes are too uniform.
too uniform, but they're little baby toes, so they
Have you
haven't
seen
been
baby
messed.
toes? There's
They
not
haven't.
a whole lot of variety there.
They haven't been um,
Stubbed.
stubbed and broken and mashed up and grown and twisted and whatever.
I
So
was going
there's
to say
that.
they haven't been shoved into shoes, but that's human.
Yeah. So they do look too perfect, but they're not all that way. So, like I said, you have to look at the sources too. So here's the next one. So we've got this footprint, which right here, you can see it, and then these broken rocks on stumps.
You sure moved on fast. We still got people talking about
Okay,
the last
let's
picture.
go back.
Okay, so Ben says it's hard to say, not knowing the location, if it's near a busy area where people are, and the depth of the prints looks good. So explain the context of what you saw of that picture. Go back a slide.
Go back a slide.
Go back a slide. Tell us about the context. Where was this taken?
Okay, so
Give us the full report.
So this was taken in the spring after the snow had left in this area.
Where was the area?
The area is in the central, it's up by Crater Lake. The area where you get to this, you have to drive in on a four-wheeler, you can't, or hike, because there's no cars allowed to get in there. And this was the first vehicle that had went in there in the spring because they had to cut trees out of the way to get there. So it's in Oregon.
Was there any indication, reporting party, was there any indication that there had been people, or were you guys the first people to go in there after the snow melted? That's the question.
I believe he was the first, if I remember correctly from the story.
Okay. So those are the things you look at. Where was the report? You know, when someone sends us a report, what do we look at? Okay, where was it? When was it? What's the whole context? You honestly, if you were just to look at a straight picture, that won't tell you anything. It's the story behind the picture that we really need to dig into.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
So Donna, hey, she asked, why was the foliage mat so close to the water? We've talked about this in previous shows.
Okay, so the foliage mat here was close to the water. What it was is my theory is it was the mom and a baby Bigfoot. Mom made her a mat to sit down while the baby played near the water. I think it was just a spot to chill out for the afternoon.
Yeah.
She might have brought a picnic.
She forgot her beach towel, so she used what was there.
Yeah.
Anyway, and our thought based on Ben says it sounds like the real deal from that report. You got to take the whole report into consideration. And Scott is the reporting party, said they had to hack their way in, so they were the first people in after the winter.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all the things, you know, when we hear stuff like that, we had to hack our way in. This was, you know, the snow is just freshly melted. You know, it was like the first nice day out ever in whatever. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the depth of the print should show more splay, not if you're a baby.
And it was soft mud. So
yeah. But baby feet don't splay. If you look at, you know, even
well, they do splay, but it's splay when they're moving. But if they're standing and just rocking back and forth and taking short steps, maybe even walking backwards or forwards or just kind of goofing around, there wouldn't be a splay unless there's forward movement. So
anyway,
anywho, that could be it.
All right, you're bored with this one. Go on. You are.
Okay, moving right along. This one here we talked about already. We've got the footprint here, which is really close to this, and you got some broken rocks on a stump here. So, real or not? Now here's this. This was sent to me from right next to a campground by a bunch of teenagers. So you can probably see where I'm leaning already.
There are ever teenagers involved? Was there a Squatch dog on duty for this foray?
No. So
put your vote in the chat. If there are teenagers nearby, what do you think it was?
Not all teenagers are going to hoax stuff. Now, I'm not saying that, but
the older I get, the less I appreciate them. Donna says that she's been watching a spot that she thinks is a recreational area for the young, seeing small tracks, but she hasn't seen a map made.
Okay. Yeah, and they are strange looking rocks. They're a hollow rock, and that's been broken open. And I am no geologist. I thought geodes were hollow, but this is just a rock that almost looks like a clay broken open.
A geode has crystals inside.
Yeah, I have no idea what kind of rock that is.
I thought it was broken pottery.
It almost looks like broken pottery.
Yeah. Yeah, teenagers nearby equals precisely a 97% increased chance for shenanigans. I totally agree. Absolutely.
I agree with Locke on this one.
Absolutely. I think that's a pretty damn straight scientific analysis.
And on a previous video, I did take the measurement of this foot and overlaid it into this, and it fit perfectly. Just saying. That's a lot of stuff you have to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was a Bigfoot shenanigan there.
Yeah.
So next slide.
Next slide.
You've got, holy crap, you got 46 more slides to go, 44 more slides to go through. Tempest Fugit, man. Tempest Fugit.
Okay. All right, here's the next one. You've got this. Okay, here's a story. Older gentleman brought this to me at a conference. He said he saw one tree shaking, but he couldn't see anything shaking it. He could literally see the entire tree, and there was nothing moving it. So this is what he saw after he took a picture of the shaking tree, which I don't know why you wouldn't take a video of the shaking tree, but he took a picture of the shaking tree, and this is what he saw. To make this a little bit more so, is it an ethereal Bigfoot shaking a tree?
Could you outline for us what it's supposed to look like?
I think this is the head, the conical head. You got the eyes here, nose. It's kind of looking down, arm reaching out, shaking the tree.
What's that?
I think this is the rest of the body somewhere, maybe disembodied, floating in the air. Genie. It's a genie. It's a genie Bigfoot. That's what it is.
A gin.
A gin.
A gin foot.
A gin foot.
I have no idea what that is.
Somebody says
cloaked. Water
on the lens.
Hey, Dale.
That's very, very, very possible. Water on the lens. It kind of looks like that. So if we go back to the actual photo, you can kind of see the drip. Maybe right there. I don't know. So
The thing that kind of gives it away for me, other than the possible Squatch that's over here, but is that you can see the tree through it.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm not as woo as you might think I am. I don't think I'm all that woo, but as woo as you think I am, I'm not into. I just cannot see the validity in Ghost Bigfoot. What's the black dot in the trees in the background on the bottom right? He's talking about that dot.
I'm not sure. I'm guessing chupacabra.
We should give this one to Jesus to clear up for us.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So
I'm okay. Here's the deal with these more wooey type stuff. I think they're really interesting and they're cool, but I don't think they prove anything. So I'm not into or out of
the woo.
the possibility of my thought is when people say they cloak and stuff, I think they're seeing ghost Bigfoot and not living Bigfoot. That's my theory. I think they're ghosts. I think if you can see if ethereal ghost humans, you can see ethereal ghost Bigfoot in the woods.
And you think you can see ethereal ghost humans?
You can in the movie Ghostbusters. So
I think I need something stronger than coffee.
So my thing is I have to say no to anything that's ethereal because it really can't prove anything with it. That's the hard part.
It's gonna take a number from Slimer to convince you of
Yeah,
that.
that's probably it.
Okay.
So this next one actually involves teenagers, but I actually interviewed this kid face to face.
He wasn't really a kid; he was like 25.
Okay, he wasn't. He was 25. He's a kid to me, because I'm like 107. But
this is one of my favorites.
Is this here? Now here's the story. Story was he was supposed to be home before dark. He was out hunting. Okay.
His grandmother. Now here's the thing. His grandmother is the one that says, "You get back before dark." Tell them where it is. Where is
okay,
this?
So this is on Mount Shasta. If you're familiar with Northern California, Mount Shasta is a volcano like Mount Hood. It's in Northern California.
Very squatchy.
Right on the freaking border of Oregon. Not too far from Bluff Creek, to be honestly, as the crows fly. It's probably southwest, maybe 70 miles.
Southeast, I think.
Southwest. Bluff Creek is southwest.
Oh, Bluff Creek is southwest, yes.
Of Mount Hood, about 70, 100 miles, something like that. So
it's in a very squatchy area. Lots of reports from this area.
Lots of reports from this area. And Mount Shasta has not this Bigfoot reports. They also have the natives of that area talk about little people, little humans, but that's a whole nother story, another show for another time. But so he wasn't home before dark. His
grandmother told him specifically. She knew where he was going. You got to tell the whole story. He was going out hunting on Mount Shasta. He says, "Grandma, me and my buddy, we're going to go out hunting. We're going to go to Mount Shasta." She says, "You be home before dark."
Right. So he was
not.
He was not. So it's starting to get dark. You can see there's still blue sky in the background. So he flips his phone around and takes a picture of his buddy really quickly. I mean, like he set it up, turned around, just snapped a photo with a flash on it of his buddy hiking before him, sent it to his grandma. Now I'm going to slowly zoom in on this and I want to see if
Wait, before you do that, should we tell him what his grandma said when she got that picture?
She told him to run. She
said, "Get your ass home.
Get your ass home now. Run to the truck." Now I'm going to slowly zoom in on this.
Can you see it yet?
Can you see it yet? Right there. So I'm going to zoom back out. So,
Thoughts?
thoughts?
I will.
So here's what I've got in this. I've got, you can see the long arms. There's one here, one here. It looked like as soon as he spun around, it started to drop to the ground to hide. It didn't expect him to spin around really quick. So he spun around and it looked like it was on its way down to the ground. Lockbeard says it's pareidolia. It's pareidolia with
glowing eyes.
Glowing eyes.
That's the tapetum lucidum.
Yeah.
Pareidolia with the tapetum lucidum.
Yeah.
Dr. Meldrum was stupefied. Not a whole lot. And Dr. Meldrum does not say, oh, it's got to be a Bigfoot. In fact, he's really good at anything but this picture stopped him in his tracks, and it took him a minute to find words for it.
Mm-hmm. And then he asked me to write a paper on it for his blah blah,
which you have not.
Which I have not done yet. But
inconclusive is always a safe answer. It could have been another creature. I mean, it could have been another whatever.
Yeah, it could have been a chupacabra.
Could have been Gollum. We've gotten pictures of Gollum before.
Yeah.
The point is, there was something in there, and Grandma saw it immediately and said, get your ass home.
Yeah. So I have actually looked at this. I think we're going to try to enhance it a little bit. I'm going to get
Jesus to
get
work
my enhancer dude in on it.
Jesus.
Yeah, his name's Jesus, and he's really good at that. But so I'm going to see if he can do anything with this, kind of enhance it a little bit. But as far as I'm concerned with this, now here's another thing. Interviewing the kid.
Flea stack.
It's a
yes.
Yeah, Joe. By the way, hi, Joe.
He's as old as we are.
Yeah, it's definitely a slee stack. It does look very slee stacky. So my guess is just looking at it, because I don't know if you can see, I don't know what you guys are watching it on or how clear it is, but on my 4K monitor that I have, you can see the conical head.
It's really clear.
You can see the arms, you can see the hands with no hair on them. You can see the eyes glowing, the brow ridge. I can see the dents in the brow ridge. So
it's the eyes. If it weren't for the eyes, I think we could go more directions. But those glowing eyes, I mean, the reflection in the eyes. And that is not the kind of reflection that a human is going to give off.
No. So
especially not with the cell phone camera. Now, with the old-fashioned 110 cameras with the stupid flash bulbs, you might get that red reflection. Mm-hmm. But this is not. And
it definitely has a red reflection. And you can almost see the back foot right here, and the knee going down on his knees. I don't know if there's a log in front of it or not, but
Raptor, I didn't know this had been on another show. I mean, we've talked about it on our show before, but no one else has this picture. We've not even put this up on the website.
Somebody might have yanked it off our other show.
It's possible, because you can go right now and screenshot this.
Mm-hmm.
So please don't do it. But yeah. But so I don't think it looks like a hunter sitting on the ground. There's nothing human about the face.
Right. And it's really looks furry to me, but
yeah,
there's that.
Maybe it's a ghillie suit.
Could be a ghillie suit. So, all right, before moving right along, we're gonna do our normal, take our break for station identification, or actually
holy crap, you've got a lot of slides.
Actually, we got to try to sell you something.
As we travel in search for Bigfoot, we use a lot of equipment that uses the internet to operate. Also, in our town hall meetings and live streams, we need a reliable connection. We use Nomad Internet. There's a link and discount code below, so join us and have internet access on the go.
Okie dokie.
Casper Sight is another YouTube channel.
It's another YouTube channel. Okay. Dale said he's seen it on Capster. Blech.
Well, maybe.
Well, so
it belonged to that kid.
It belonged to the kid. I mean, he can share it with whoever he wants.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that was one of the things I wanted to say, that when I interviewed him, there's something I always watch when I'm interviewing people about this stuff. And if you look at their arms, this is a particular thing. If their hair starts standing up and they get goosebumps while they're talking, they actually saw something that scared them.
Whether or not it was real, they thought it was real. They believed it was
they
real.
believed it was real. Or, there's other things, like even, there's sometimes people get like almost, you can hear a quiver in their voice, or they get even giggle a lot. Like, there's a nervous chatter people do. So when they're talking about,
when he's nervous, he giggles.
I giggle. Yeah. So
by the way, Raptor, Squatchy Mama got so close to seeing a Squatch and then ran away. Bullshit. I had an 8-year-old wrapped around my waist begging to go back to the car.
Yeah.
I would run toward it. I was ready to go.
So in case you don't know what you're talking about, go back and watch our video that dropped Tuesday twice, because I had to fix it and drop it the second time. But
the 8-year-old said, "Can we go back to the car?" That was the 8-year-old, and
yeah,
because I am a mama at heart, I said, "All right, come on."
So we took a veteran out bigfooting, and we caught something pushed a tree over. Now bears do that too. So,
but something pushed a tree over. I wanted to go see what it was.
Yeah, it was just over the ridge from us. It was close, but it was just out of sight. Something pushed a tree over, came crashing down, and the 8-year-old
about lost his lunch.
Yeah, well, he did later lose his lunch too.
Poor little thing.
I know. He had we had sensor lights go off in the camp, off in the distance. I put off behind our camp. We have these lights that are set up so if something steps in front of them, they go off, and I can maybe see a silhouette in front of the light at night. But we had sensor lights go off, and then we went and checked it out, and we found what we thought was a footprint, and he did lose his lunch on that one.
Yeah. So. The 11-year-old was sucking it all up, but the poor little 8-year-old, I think he was ready to go home.
Yeah. So if you want, go back and watch that. Not now. Wait for it. All right. So this next one I want to talk about is something I have never seen before. I have never seen since. And it's just something weird anomaly that I can't figure out. So here we go. Has anybody ever seen a tree just stripped? Something looked like they put its hand over the tree and just piled up the bark down at the bottom. I have never seen that before any time in my life. Not naturally, bark comes off trees, yeah, but it usually peels off and lands on the ground. It doesn't get forced into a pile halfway down the tree.
Okay, I think Raptor's upset with me.
Why?
Maybe it wasn't him. All right, I'm going to find that video. You keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking.
So that is weird. So does anybody have any idea on how this happens? Renee said that is weird. That is weird. So, hey, Mr. Northwest Sasquatch Studies and Research, you're a logger. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Oh, sorry, Raptor. It wasn't you. It was Pyro. So my apologies. Next time I see Pyro on here, I'll give him some help.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know the species of the tree. I'm bad at that.
I wonder if it's a. It doesn't look like a willow tree. No, it's not a willow. It's not a birch.
Donna, do you know what species these trees are?
Don said that he thinks that he's seen moose do that. I don't think a porcupine's going to do that.
Yeah. He said, oh, I asked him if he had. I'll tell you what, I got something really cool for this. This is weird, and I don't know why I keep using it, but it works great.
Donna thinks it's an elm tree. It says it's a mushroom.
I don't think totally wrong. Well, I'm trying to take a picture on a
thinks that screen. Big thing of a rock elm.
It's
Donna, you were right. It's a rock elm.
It's a rock elm. Okay.
So Donna, do you know what would cause a rock elm to just have its bark stripped? I think I need to send Raptor a bag of coffee or something.
There you go.
Now I feel bad.
So anyway, in case you're wondering, there's a really cool app. It's called
Picture This.
If I can find the right one on there. There you go. It's called Picture This. It's the one with the flower. And you can download it. It does cost money, but you click on it, you take a picture of any plant, and it tells you what it is. Really great for a survival situation.
All right. So that's weird. Did a Bigfoot do it?
Did a Bigfoot do that? Because it's, if I remember right, it starts like at 8-9 feet somewhere, and then stripped down to about.
Could a moose jump up and do that?
A moose?
I don't know.
Can a moose wrap all the way around the tree? I mean, it's completely around the tree. That's the thing.
It's not like strips were pulled down. It's like the whole thing was just going in one fell strip.
Yeah. So I have no idea what did that. I'm not saying it's a Bigfoot.
And Raptor did say he's seen this on dead trees when ice storms hit. There's a lot of trees like this in Kentucky.
Okay. Who said that? Oh, right there. There it is.
Raptor.
All right. So this is in Vermont, by the way, so they do get winter.
And Donna said it was... No, Raptor, you didn't say anything. It was Pyro. So it was my bad. But Donna says the tree was not diseased. There were no other trees that had this issue, and she asked loggers. They had no idea. There were no claw marks anywhere.
Yeah. So it's just weird. It's one of those things that make me go, So we'll chalk that one up to, we don't know. So I'm not going to say yes or no on that one. So
that's for Raptor.
Peace. So, all right, here's the next one. Now this one's really interesting. You can kind of see the footprint here. And this footprint does go all the way down this road. These footprints. It's kind of hard to see them, but there's footprints about 4 to 5 feet apart all the way down this road. And he took a picture of the clearest one. Here's an outline of what it looks like. His boot is a 12. It's about 2 inches longer than his boot. So that makes it 14, 15 inches. So, if you look at the shape of this, it's very clear to me that it's shaped. You can see, I know it's hard to see in the video unless you got it blown up, but right here, you can, I've counted all 5 toes. You can see this long flat heel. You can even see a partial mid-tarsal break here. And this is in a gravel road. Now, this is an important thing. On a gravel road, especially a dry gravel road, it takes a lot of weight to make an impression. Now, here's something.
Ooh, I like Ben's comment.
What's that?
Ben says he thinks this is real because if you're hoaxing, you want it to be very noticeable.
Right. Very good point,
Bing,
Bill.
bing, 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 bing.
Yep, you win the prize.
We have a prize here, don't we?
If there was a prize.
You do. You got the Sam Squatch. You got the Sam Squatch award.
Oh, the Sam Squatch award. Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's see. Do I have that?
You used to.
Do I still have that? I forgot all about it.
There it
yeah,
is.
there you go.
Here you go, Ben. You
There
got
you go,
it.
Ben. Here's your prize. It's damn Sam Squatch. All right, there you go. But so this is something that I just recently this year learned, and I had to have a long discussion with Cliff Barrickman with this. Him and I talked for hours about this. So
I went off and looked at the little Bigfoots doing yoga on his merch shelf.
Yeah. So here's something interesting. I'm going to put these side by side. So notice how not very deep this is in gravel. This is one that we found in Maine. This is one that I physically saw in real life. Dale saw it too, by the way, in Maine.
Isn't that the one you cast?
I've got a cast of this one in gravel. And this is a fake one in gravel. Now, this is the one we had a long discussion with Cliff. It matches the London Trackway tracks, same exact foot, matches the same in the same exact place. Well, not exactly the exact place, but the same place. It's on same reservoir. Just 12 years later, we found these from where Cliff found the London Trackway 12 years ago. But the difference is, if you look, these are all all 3 are on a gravel road or packed gravel. But if you look how deep this one is, now Cliff said it was because it's a hard carved board on the bottom of somebody's foot, which makes sense in my brain a little bit, because when you have a hard stomper that you strap to your boot, you no longer have feet. You have hooves at that point. So a lighter weight person can make a deeper impression because you're hitting the ground with a hard surface. When you're hitting the ground with a soft surface like this here,
like a foot,
you're not going to make that big of a dent. So that made a lot of sense in my pea brain.
So how deep were the prints we took in Cottage Grove earlier this year?
How deep? They're probably, what are they?
A quarter
I
of an
would
inch?
say a quarter of an inch deep in gravel.
Does Toby have the stomper?
Have the stomper. Toby does not have the stomper. Now he's fighting. Toby's on, I think it's Real Side, but
he's on the Team Real Side.
He's on Team Real Side. But if you want to go back in our lives, there was Toby, Cliff, and I had a discussion about this exact thing.
It was like watching a 3-way ping. It was actually between Toby and Cliff. It was like watching a ping pong
match.
It was fun.
It was fun.
So right.
I'm thinking this is real. I'm going real with this one. Once again, I got to personally interview the guy who sent me the picture. So there's that.
Okay, moving right along.
Moving right along. Look at this. Now, this one is really interesting. You see the big old toes here.
They got some splay there.
But the foot is actually cut in half because this was on a road and somebody drove on the road, muddy road, drove by and cut off the foot, half the foot with their tire. There's also another littler track further away. You can kind of see the toes and stuff there a little bit. But it's only a partial track there, but it's the same. It's further up the roadway. So this is pretty much the foot, but you got to remember that there's parts of this that should be out like that, somewhere up there that are cut off. So where this is at, Blue Mountains, Eastern Oregon. Do I need to say more? The Blue Mountains of Eastern Oregon. There's a place called Mount Ireland where there's actually artifacts in Cliff's museum that we sent him from this exact place, but years ago, that different time. And this goes down a trail that looks like this. Where something was going down the trail here, just knocking trees over.
Could be snowfall.
Could be snowfall.
They get a lot of snow up there.
This was early spring. No, it wasn't. It was the day before the festival. When was our festival? In Baker.
Our festival was in August.
This
is before we went on our summer trip. This is before.
No.
Yes.
No, this is the day before the festival. She brought these to me.
Oh, I did. We didn't go up there personally.
No.
Okay, these are the ones that Dorothy took. Okay,
Dorothy.
Got it. All right. I thought it was from our camping trip up there.
So this was in August.
This was in late summer.
Late summer. But of course in Oregon it never stops raining, so there's that. But so what do you think? So your name is Toby?
I don't even begin to try to understand you guys.
When
you're talking to each other.
When you're talking about Toby, you're talking about Tobe Johnson, I believe.
Yeah.
Famous for the Al Moon Project.
I love the Al Moon Project. Thank you.
So I don't know about the tree breaks being real. That most definitely could be snowfall. Most definitely. But I think that footprint is a maybe.
More legit than not?
More legit than not. I'm leaning probably 70% legit.
Okay.
So here's the next one.
By the way, while you have like 10 minutes to
go
through all these. There are 33 of you on, so please make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe. We are almost up to 2,570 subs, so let's get there. You guys are doing great.
Yep, we're shooting for 10,000.
Yeah,
but anyway,
we're over a quarter of the way there.
So the thing is to look right here in this area right here as we zoom in. There we go. What do you think? Is that a Bigfoot looking?
Block is going to say pareidolia. Bet me money. Hey,
All right. So there's this.
I think the texture is different than the foliage around it.
There's definitely something dark there.
No, I think the actual texture, if you look at the texture of all of it, there's a different texture than in the other things. Pareidolia. Pareidolia. Maybe it has different texture. Maybe not. Or maybe I'm seeing trees over it. Anyway, I think it has slightly different texture, which would lend itself to possibly something different. Your name is Toby is a reference to roots.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. Nope.
Yeah. Dawn says pareidolia. I can't even say that's a word I cannot say.
Pareidolia. I'm leaning towards pareidolia also on this one. So we're gonna rifle through the next one. So here's the next one. Why do I have that in there twice? Okay, this is the next one actually. So we're looking right here in this tree. I'm saying pareidolia on this one too. But what's really interesting is the next one.
Now, hold on. We got some comments here. We have Ben. See, you go so fast.
Okay.
But it's because he's not gonna get through his slideshow. There's no way. Ben says he thinks it's a stump, pretty close to stump color. It would be nice to have before and after pics, but when we receive these, we only get what we get. Because we did not take all these ourselves.
But so that's in the future. If you see something, you take a picture of it, you want to try to
do something
with it. Stay there, take another picture. Go back the next day, same time, same location. Try to get the same angle, take the same picture, and see if it's there.
Ray, you're right. Run over and tackle it. If it's real, it'll pull you in half. That's right. See, Locke, he's right there with you. Someone's going to have to run towards these things at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm with that.
We're back.
All right, we're back.
That was a kind of a blip. There's a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah, that's weird.
We lost the internet, and now we're back.
It's just like it just stopped.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's back and forth. So,
I think we're back. Okay.
Yep, we're back now.
All right. So moving right along. This one here is really cool. You can see this here. Now this is definitely, I don't think this is pareidolia. I think I can see features in this face really well, and I can see this, the whole entire body standing behind this tree where there's not a lot. I wish we had a picture of it not there. But you know, I can see the brow ridge, the eyes, the nose, the chin down here. You can see the conical head. You can see the whole thing. Now, is all blurry Bigfoot pictures Bigfoot? No. Are some of them? Yes. We've got to give credit once in a while, you know, but that's rare. But I'm thinking this one here was very, very interesting to me. I can't really say it's exactly a Bigfoot for sure, but
I think it has a beard.
Well,
right here.
I know. Maybe he's got a beard. Maybe he's older.
Maybe he's hipster Bigfoot.
Hipster Bigfoot. Oh, is that a man bun right there? Hipster Squatch.
Don says it's a
nothing burger. More than likely.
So well, what I am looking at is the difference in coloration between the green. I mean, it's this here.
Yeah.
But AI generated? No, it's not AI generated because he took this with his camera, actually.
Yeah.
Or did Spike take this?
No.
You took this.
No, I didn't take this.
Who took this? Spike?
No.
Who took this?
This was given to us from a show.
Oh, this was from a show. Okay, then I can't speak to it at all.
Yep, exactly.
I thought that was one that Spike took.
No. We already did that one.
Okay.
All right, next one.
By the way, Spike, nice to see you on here. I saw you in there. I see you, man.
I see you. Okay. So here's this. What do you think of this one, folks? It's on a snowmobile trail. What's that brand of fancy boots I bought you, honey, for in the snow?
Oh. I forgot. Do you remember?
Morels?
Morals?
Morels.
Or are those my hiking boots?
Oh, those are your hiking boots. No, what's it?
He bought me some awful waffle stompers for the snow, but
Well, there's a brand of boot that has these ribs in the front of them for snow. My guess is
that's a snow boot.
that's a snow boot, or it's a Bigfoot.
Probably a snow boot.
Probably a snow boot.
It kind of looks like my snow boots leave nondescript prints like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And look how smooth that heel is.
Yeah, and you can see the it's in a snowmobile track. All right, you ready for this next one? Here we go. Hannah's laughing. And why only one? That's a good one. Ray said, why only one footprint? And still giggling. So here's the thing that I always look out for when I see these Bigfoot photos is one, you got to look at the arm length. Look where the hand is, right above the butt. That's human length, by the way. And these costumes are built to fit humans.
Yes, there's someone famous who wore that costume or a costume like it.
A costume like it. Boy, that looks really familiar to me somehow.
Chewbacca on the set of Star Wars, just about.
Oh, we're getting to that.
Fake looks like a mask.
Yep.
Did I just snort? I snort frequently, actually.
Yes, she does. So
hurry up. We've got stuff. Come on,
okay. So here's a new one. This is going around the internet. Actually, somebody sent us this one directly, said that they were the ones who took it. I'm not sure, but they sent us.
They sent us an actual report form on the website.
Actual report form on the website. Sent this, texted this to my phone, and then emailed it to me for a better version. And this one's kind of going around the internet right now. This was taken from a train in Colorado.
Go figure. We've seen Bigfoot on trains, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. But I don't know if you see it. It's right there. So it's kind of hard to see, so I zoomed in on it. Here's the...
I think someone's copying Eagle Cap Excursions with this one.
Yep. There's a train we do twice a year in Elgin where they do this on purpose. So if you go back, once again, I want to show you something. If you take this creature, figure out where the arms are landing, right below the butt, it's a hoax. And if you look really closely at this, in fact, I'm going to back up and show the video up close again. Watch, oh wait, that wasn't it. There we go. Watch the fur shake when it moves.
And look how it's walking.
You can see the fur shake. I'm going to back it up and do it again.
You know, he kind of strikes me as a guy from the 70s in a leisure suit.
That's a loose fitting costume. But what's really interesting about it is I think I found the costume. That was literally Chewbacca. That was not a Bigfoot.
I wonder how much business Spirit Halloween does in Bigfoot costumes. It is that time of year.
Yeah.
That was not one of our excursions. That was from it was in the Durango, Colorado area.
Colorado.
Ours is up. Ride. Yeah, ours is up in Eastern Oregon. But so one thing when you guys are watching videos and you're looking at stuff, there's one thing I want you to really get a look at. And I think I'm going to take this photo and put it up on our YouTube channel, or not well, we can do it on the YouTube and on our Facebook page. So here is the most common
Bigfoot costumes you can buy online.
Which ones do we have? We have the one on the bottom right.
I've got this one and this one. So these are the most common Bigfoot costumes you can buy on the market. These are the cheap ones that you can buy. We literally see on Bigfoot festivals, people use this one a lot. This is the Jack Link's Bigfoot costume.
And they use this one a lot.
And they use this one a lot. This one I haven't seen in a while, but I actually own
like Daryl.
I own a copy of that one, and I own a copy of this one. But these are the most common ones. So when you see these, pay close attention.
What Locke says, new movie starring. Now we're back. Okay, we're having some weird internet stuff tonight, so we better finish up. We're online. Yes.
Are we online?
Yes, we're online.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
So we're going to finish up before we lose internet again.
It's so kind of weird.
So that's our presentation.
That's the presentation.
Is it real or is it Memorex? Is it live or is it Memorex?
It's about 80% Memorex, and the rest of it's
anyway. Let's get to the things.
Okay.
Because this is a great example of our mission at Squatch America. Would you get to the thing?
What thing?
The slide.
What slide?
Because our job is to
hold on. Before you do that.
Before we do that.
I want you guys I want to thank you for watching today.
Always.
As always. And
thanks for the fun conversations. Joe, we're coming your way.
Joe, just a couple weeks, we're going to be in Texas.
We're going to be at Tawakoni soon.
Well, I'll email you the dates we're going to be there. So there's that. I'm trying to think what else I was going to do. Oh, I want to... I know this isn't a political show, but there's something I wanted to say before we go. Today is number 774 of Americans left behind in Afghanistan, and it's day number 6 of Americans left behind in Israel.
4. We attacked on 4 days ago.
4 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 days ago.
Oh, that's right. It's day number 4. So
let that inform your voting,
please. Let it inform your voting, please. Other countries have sent planes in to Israel
to
rescue their people. We have not. I don't know why. So there's that. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And as always,
our job
is to find the slide.
Oh, he's probably got... Our job is to investigate the unexplained.
Not to explain the uninvestigated.
So until next week, you keep watching and
we'll keep squatching.
Bye.
Now go out and find Bigfoot.